Hello and welcome to Picture Astrology. In this quick video we will talk about placement of Jupiter in the sign of Capricorn, which is also the position where Jupiter becomes debilitated. And Jupiter, which is considered to be one of the biggest benefic planet in Vedic astrology and also shows your Purva Punyas or the effects of past life good karmas. When such a planet becomes debilitated, doubts and concern in human mind are very natural. However, this placement can have its own positive or benefic aspects also. So we will explore the positive as well as the areas where Jupiter in Capricorn or debilitated Jupiter can become problematic, and also some of the very potent remedies which you can use to overcome difficulties posed by this placement. So first of all, let's have this thing clear that debilitated planet, even without Neech Bhanga or even without cancellation of debility, can give many good results. And I've made a separate video on that which you can check out. But this is the first thing which you should know when you have any debilitated planet in your chart, that the worst thing you can do is undue worry about them. But let me begin the discussion of Jupiter in Capricorn from an area which you definitely need to be careful about, and that is that Jupiter represents, among other things, intelligent organs in your body. Now obviously every organ has its own intelligence, there is no denying that fact. Even the dead cells in the body, or dead parts of the body like hair and nails, even they are intelligent in their own right. But when I say intelligent, what I really mean is organs whose primary function is non-mechanical, and these are primary organs which are related to controlling these various secretions and hormonals in the body, like glands which control the hormone secretion in the body, like the pineal gland, pancreatic gland, insulin secretion, liver, even appendicitis. So these organs whose primary function is intelligent one, because how much secretion has to happen, how much hormonal activities have to happen, at what time of the day or at what time of your life those secretions have to happen. These are controlled by this, what I'm calling as intelligent organs, and they secrete very small amount of chemical, but those chemicals can have a very profound impact on your life and the quality of life. And these organs are generally given the ownership of Jupiter in your chart or in human life. And when Jupiter is in debilitated state, these organs could be a problematic case, meaning especially people with this placement, if say Jupiter is afflicted by Rahu or Saturn, then the liver trouble usually happens later in the life. Diabetes, that is also a common occurrence because the insulin secretion can become challenging. Thyroid problem are also common with this placement if obviously this Jupiter affects your second house in some way. And as you know, thyroid is a very important gland, and imbalances there can easily cause you to have weight imbalances, sudden gain or sudden loss of weight. Those are also possible when the Jupiter is further afflicted. And as I always say, see, any placement of planet in a sign is like one sutra, and what we are discussing here is the possible effects of that sutra or that basic rule. Now, in any horoscope, that one rule doesn't work independently. So the first thing is, say if your ascendant lord or first house lord is very strongly placed and has aspect of benefics, then even if you have say diabetes, it will be very controlled diabetes. But the thing is that just the placement of Jupiter in Capricorn can cause some issues with, as I said, intelligent organs within the body. Now, one of the best remedies when Jupiter is in this debilitated sign could be that of the use of turmeric. Now, you should never use too much of turmeric, okay? That could be little detrimental, but in most cases, a pinch of turmeric, very small amount of turmeric powder in water, like lukewarm water or little bit hot water, along with say little bit of salt, that can help you immensely in balancing out those various secretions of the body. Because turmeric, in a very small amount of it, is very potent activator for Jupiter, the energies of Jupiter, and consequently the blood purification and balancing out of the system happens when a small amount of turmeric 2 or 3 times in a week in a little bit of lukewarm water is taken. Now let's talk about some not so bad aspect of this placement. Now, sign of Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn, is known as the Adhibhutika sign. And Adhibhutika basically means it is the highest manifestation of earth energy, which means the energy which wants to be successful in this physical world, in the world which is available to us by our 5 senses. The 5 senses, what they can see, feel, touch and experience, that physical world is the primary concern area of the sign of Capricorn. Now, unfortunately, Jupiter is one planet which is the most remote from physical aspect of life. Jupiter is actually least concerned with your physical aspect. It is least concerned with what you do to make a living or what you do to fulfill your stomach, but it is more concerned naturally with the philosophy. It really wants to explore the world beyond the physical. It wants to give you knowledge of intangible. Now, when that energy is functioning in this Adhibhutika sign, then what happens is, generally speaking, the higher intelligence, which is represented by Jupiter. Jupiter, as we just saw, is the planet of higher intelligence. It is not concerned with physical, but when this higher intelligence is functioning in the most physical sign, success in this world becomes paramount for you. First food, first a stomach which is fully filled and all the physical supplies available, then only they can talk about something else. But this placement, what it also gives is intelligence functioning in earthly domain makes them very street smart, and they can find out opportunities which others find it difficult. They can also work immensely hard to convert those opportunities into success stories. But what happens is, Jupiter, as we know, is also the planet of Purva Punya, meaning it is the planet which shows good karmas and result of good karmas done in previous lives. So what this has, it has 2 significations. One is that your Purva Punyas are going to manifest in the worldly success. Your Purva Punyas are not going to manifest into a knowledge of divine or philosophical knowledge. You're going to get gurus or teachers or family which is more business oriented. But another thing which happens is, since it is debilitated, the one aspect of debilitation which is almost always present is that the planet becomes weak. Now, this weakness can be overcome when there is Neechbhanga or cancellation of debility. But the inherent virtue of Jupiter in Capricorn would be that the Jupiter's energies would become weak, and when Jupiter is weak, that means the Purva Punyas are going to take time to manifest. What it means in real life, the scenario of less effort and a lot of gain, that usually happens when Jupiter is very strong. That means Jupiter has good amount of Purva Punya manifesting in life. That will take time. Initially, you will have to really work hard to manifest success even in physical life. Now, especially if you have say cancellation of debility, then you will be able to overcome this quickly. But at least around say 36 years of life in normal horoscope, after that, when Saturn matures, Saturn, because it is the lord of this Jupiter, then you can expect good return on your efforts. I mean, it doesn't mean that before 36 you will not get return on your efforts, okay? Don't get me wrong here, but what it really means is Jupiter's energies are inclined to give you success in this world, but that success will only arrive after good efforts. But another good thing is this Jupiter can give immense riches in physical world. There are various other aspects, of this Jupiter. Say Jupiter in Vedic astrology is representative of husband in a woman's chart. Jupiter is supposed to be the true karaka of husband. And when Jupiter is in Capricorn, you can expect some delays in formal marriage. This is, as I said, is the basic signification of Jupiter in Capricorn. Now, suppose 7th house has aspect of Mercury or Moon, then the delay may not happen, then the delay may not materialize. Or if the 7th lord is with one of these fast moving planets, then this may not happen. But as far as just Jupiter in Capricorn is concerned, it is known to give a little bit delayed marriage. And likewise, it has more implications on your family life, kids, etc. But we will talk about, all of these specific aspects when we discuss Jupiter in this sign of Capricorn for each of the ascendant. And I think I already have many videos of Jupiter in Capricorn for almost all ascendants already made. So you can definitely check those out. Meanwhile, thank you so much for spending time with me. Please do like and subscribe to my channel to continue to get updates like this. Thank you again, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.